Closed captioning provided by Sammy's Cafe No. 2. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Sammy's Cafe No. 2 in Rancho Cucamonga.
Let's Dine Out is made possible by support from Food for Life Baking Company, makers of over 60 organic, all-natural sprouted baked goods, as well as gluten-free and vegan products. Food for Life Baking Company, dedicated to better health since 1964. Foodforlife.com.
ServPro of South Redlands, Yucaipa, providing 24-hour emergency service to any size residential or commercial emergencies, like water, fire, mold, or storm damage. Professional, insured, and bonded. ServPro of South Redlands, Yucaipa. Bratwurks Gourmet Hot Dogs in Redlands. Contemporary, fast, casual dining, featuring gourmet hot dog and sausage sandwiches, salads, and other culinary creations. Other locations in San Bernardino and soon to be open in Palm Desert. And by The Castle Restaurant, serving an assortment of hot and cold appetizers, Middle Eastern entrees with live entertainment, including belly dancing. The Castle Mediterranean Restaurant in Riverside.
And viewers like you, supporting local public television. Thank you.
I'm food critic Alan Borgen, member of the Southern California Restaurant Writers. I've been finding the best restaurants in the Inland Empire and Southern California for over 27 years. This is my job. This is my passion. Let's dine out.
Hi, I'm food critic Alan Borgen.
And I'm Trisha Jansen.
Welcome to another delicious edition of the Let's Dine Out Show, where we show you some of the best restaurants in your city throughout Southern California. Now, over the last couple months, you've been kind of complaining that we work too hard. I mean, eating is hard, right?
We work too hard.
And you said, we got to take a vacation, so guess what?
We're on a little vacay in the mountains up Lake Arrowhead. It's funny, where we live, we're so lucky that we can drive 45 minutes to an hour to the beach, to the desert, and to the mountains. And it's a great place to come and eat.
Well, summer, winter, it's an all-year destination spot.
Absolutely.
It's so close, and there's so much to do and eat. And that's what we're here for.
And there's places you could just drive up to eat. And believe me, after this show, you're going to want to drive up just to eat the food.
Eat and drink. So.
You ready to get into it?
Oh, that's good. I can't wait.
Okay. First, we're off to Lake Arrowhead Village to eat marvelous crepes and paninis and drink some unique tea creations at the Tea and Coffee Exchange. Then Alan and I will be pampering ourselves at Diane's Saddleback Grill in the Saddleback Inn Hotel. When visiting the Lake Arrowhead Village, there's one store that you must not overlook, the Tea and Coffee Exchange. This quaint store specializes in over 100 original blends of teas in both hot and cold variations, along with lots of wonderful pastries, incredible sweet and savory crepes, paninis, gelato, and so much more. Owners Ginny and Harvey Duran have spent many years perfecting their tea craft and make each drink a unique experience in taste, smell, and health benefits.
Hi, I'm Harvey Duran. I'm the owner of the Tea and Coffee Exchange, and one of the things that we specialize in is tea. The trick that we have is that we know how to brew tea properly. We do it at the right water temperature and the right brewing time. Each tea is different, so we had to invent our own brewing system, which is unique to our store, and that's why all our tea drinks are very special and they taste great. We shake our iced teas, which shocks the tea, and it's been proven scientifically that it enhances the flavor. It also oxygenates the tea. That's why you have a beautiful foam on the top of your iced tea drink. We also have a culinary ground Japanese matcha tea, and we ice blend it like a frappuccino. It's a signature smoothie drink. We also carry a coffee, which we have a patent pending on, where we add antioxidants to the coffee which controls the flavor. That's why our coffee is the smoothest coffee you've ever had. Ginny and I look forward to serving you, and we hope you will have the experience of a lifetime. Thank you.
Okay, Miss World Traveler, you ready to start eating?
I'm ready to eat and have a great vacay. Let's go.
Let's start with the caramel apple crepe. This was $7.99. This was a special Hungarian cinnamon crepe. There's a batter that they put on a crepe maker, and they kind of swish it around so it makes it nice and even. Then they put some caramel syrup on it, spiced apples, whipped cream. They fold it into kind of like a giant triangle. Then on top they add more caramel, powdered sugar, and more whipped cream. What a great, great beginning. Now what's nice about this crepe is on a hot or cold day, it's delicious. It's a nice, sweet, if you want something sweet, it goes really well with hot coffee, hot chocolate, hot tea, anything.
Lattes, anything.
It's just a great beginning, and I know you like sweetness, and I like apples, and I like cinnamon. It just goes together so well.
Well, yeah, this is just the flavors in this are just, they're like very homespun flavors. It just reminds you of Grandma's house. So it's perfect. I love the flavors in it.
Awesome.
Next, we had the banana Nutella crepe, $6.99. Now, I was so excited to see this on the menu. I love bananas, and I love Nutella. Who doesn't love Nutella? So again, that's a Hungarian batter, again, that has a little cinnamon in it. And you know, they make the crepes, and it's so fascinating to watch them make it. You know, they have that tool, and I said, what's that tool called? They're like, it's this spreader outer thing, whatever it is. Fascinating to watch it, and they're such experts at doing the crepes on their machine. It has spread Nutella on half of it. They add sliced banana, a whole sliced banana on there. Lots of banana love on this. They fold it in half, and then they make that beautiful triangle shape again. They add a chocolate sauce on top, fresh bananas again, and then whipped cream. And I am telling you, the flavors in this are worth the drive up that mountain just for the banana and the Nutella.
And see, I wouldn't know because everything I tasted was just chocolate. I think you ate all of the Nutella. So I would say either have more of it, like a pound more, or don't give it to her. For honestly, I couldn't taste any Nutella.
Well, it's my
But you said it was only half. Why would they only put it on half?
Well, because they're going to fold it in half. You don't want too much chocolate to be oozing over. So they add a nice layer of it, and then they add the banana, and it's perfect.
I think the chocolate kind of overpowers the Nutella. It was too much chocolate. I like to see more Nutella. But
I think it was perfect.
That's my opinion. Next came was kind of a savory crepe. This is a Southwestern chicken crepe. This was $8.99. This is the original French crepe batter. It's a little thinner than the other one. It had pepper jack cheese, green chilies, strips of chicken, real chicken, not this phony chicken stuff. It was folded, and it was kind of cooked to melt a little bit. Then it was topped with more chicken strips, cheese mixture, and it's served with a side of salsa. I thought it was a delicious crepe. It just needed a little bit of cheese should be melted. That's my only suggestion.
Yeah, again, the flavors in this weren't bad. It reminded me of a quesadilla. I think this could be elevated to a whole new level. I've sort of invited myself to come up and give some ideas to the owner.
What are you going to add to this to make it better?
I would add a cream cheese chipotle sauce in it. I think it needed some flavor in that aspect to kind of take it away from that quesadilla feel to it. It was good, but it just wasn't like, wow. I have great ideas for it. But it was good. It just wasn't like
the other one, I thought this was excellent. So. Next.
We differ in our opinions,
Yep.
and that's what we do for you. So you guys can take sides. The next is the spinach and sun-dried tomato crepe, $7.99. I loved this crepe. Okay, so we have the French batter like before. They do some frozen spinach that's cooked and rendered down there. They do a sun-dried tomato pesto. Spread it on there. They do roasted sun-dried tomato pieces in there, and then feta cheese. I kept getting a bite, and it's like every bite I had to keep going back in. The feta cheese, the sun-dried tomato. I absolutely love this. I wouldn't change anything.
I totally agree. I loved it. I've never seen so much spinach in one dish.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like 20 pounds of spinach, I think, but it was delicious.
It was
It
delicious.
goes great with feta cheese.
It really did.
A little Mediterranean feel to it.
And next, we had Everyday Thanksgiving Day Panini. Now, first of all, this was $8.95. I love the name, because every day can be Thanksgiving Day.
It's true.
This panini was on a cranberry walnut bread, which I thought was so unique. Then they take mayo, turkey, cranberry, and brie. Hello. So good. The flavors were just, the brie has a nice flavor profile to it where it really blends well. It's tangy.
Smooth and
It's creamy,
creamy.
but it has a strong flavor, and it pairs really beautifully with the turkey and the cranberry. The only thing that I would switch up on this is I would ditch the mayo and I would do cream cheese. Just my personal opinion. I think the mayo sort of lost on it and it's a little dry. So for me, adding that, you know, if you have the one layer of brie on the bottom and have the cream cheese on the top, it's extra gooey, ooey love. You know, that would be my suggestion on that.
Yeah, I mean, cream cheese with anything. I mean, we've had it with everything.
Yes. We've had shows where everything had cream cheese.
So that would be a good thing.
But cream cheese and cranberry is it's perfection.
That's good.
And Alan, don't forget the pumpkin with a Thanksgiving meal.
Gotta have pumpkin.
So we did a pumpkin chai latte, and it's made with real pumpkin, and you never find that. And the flavors are just great. They use their own chai blend that's a liquid instead of a powder, milk and spices, and it's not too sweet, it has a great flavor, and it just tastes like the real thing because it is the real thing.
As you know, we were both at the counter waiting for it, and I had so much love in my eyes, couldn't wait, and someone just grabbed it from me and ran off. So I only got to taste this much of it as you guzzled it. So as usual, the princess won.
Well, it was delicious, and I highly suggest getting that. I can't wait to come get that again. That was just the best.
Next, we had a pastrami salami panini. This is a fairly new item, $8.95. Now, this was a Tieta roll. It's a Mexican roll with olive oil, both sides, horseradish. Now, they put a little bit on because it's really hot horseradish. Then they use cotto salami, and then a ton of pastrami, and a little bit of sliced onions. Then they put it in a panini. Now, what you see on the screen is that one. I looked at it, we tasted it, and it kind of lacks something, both visually and flavor-wise. So we suggested putting cheese on, which afterwards I found out, oh, you can put anything you want in it. So make sure you get the cheese. We had it with, I believe it was with Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese. But that, and I would add a little bit of mustard to it, but salami and the pastrami go well, and also the bread a little bit. I would change maybe the bread, but knowing these people, Jenny and Harvey, you can use any bread. Ask them for any bread. You know, you can build your own panini here. So that's the other thing.
That's the great thing.
Tell them what you want, and you can make your own.
So, Alan, what were some of your favorites?
Oh, this was easy for me. I love the Southwestern chicken crepe. Now, what was nice about this, I love the chili, I love the cheese mixture. You said it was more like a quesadilla. I didn't think so at all. I thought this was delicious, right on the mark.
There you go.
Absolutely great. I also love the spinach and sun-dried tomato crepe. This is about as good as you can get of an item.
I agree.
I love crepes, and this is excellent. And, of course, the everyday Thanksgiving Day panini. I love turkey. I love everything. But again, cream cheese would be really good too.
Wow, he listened. Well, I was going to say you snuck and read my things. I agree with all of those except for I would add the banana Nutella crepe. I think the flavors of that were just, you know, it's
more
a great...
Nutella. You need more.
It was perfect. It was perfect. Spinach sun-dried tomato crepe and then the everyday Thanksgiving panini because every day should be Thanksgiving.
You know, this is our second time we've been here and each time has been great. And for us to come out and do a coffee and tea place, I didn't think we'd ever do that. But this is so different, so unique. What I like about this is, again, Lake Arrowhead's such a fun place. You can sit indoors here, you can sit outdoor and people watch. The weather, whether it's hot or cold, it's beautiful out here. And just a delightful experience.
Absolutely. You can take your food to go, take it to the slopes, take it to the lake, whatever you want to do. You know, it's funny when we came here just to try the coffee and teas and we saw the menu and we both looked at each other and said,
wow,
do you want to try the food? And we did, and we're so glad we did. This is a true gem and worth coming for just to taste it.
Exactly. So, you know, we talked a lot about the food and everything here, but one thing we didn't deal much is the pastries here. Also gelato. Before we get too excited, I know you like gelato, so I ordered a small little gelato to take with you.
Okay.
So, Jenny.
Oh my! Wow.
There we go. That should do you in. I know you're trying to lose weight, and you just want a little bite, a little sample.
Yes, just a sample.
Strawberry, you got raspberry, oh, you got chocolate, you got everything in there.
Vanilla my goodness, I'm going to start from the bottom. Let's see.
Good stuff. Good and freebie. So, what's next?
Next, we're going to travel about a mile down the road to Diane's Saddleback Grill.
At the Saddleback Inn.
At the Saddleback Inn and Hotel, absolutely.
Eat. Just a stone's throw away from the Lake Arrowhead Village sits the historic Saddleback Inn. Built in 1917, this beautiful inn houses Diane's Saddleback Grill, a large Victorian-themed restaurant which is the ideal setting for that perfect casual yet upscale dining experience. Featuring a traditional full bar that overlooks the city, Diane's Saddleback Grill is a great choice for intimate dining in the mountains. Owners Diane Hill and Kurt Campbell invite you to visit one of the mountain resort's premier dining and lodging facilities next time you're in Lake Arrowhead.
Well, what makes this a very special place is that many of the rooms are in memory of a lot of the folks that are no longer with us. People like Howard Hughes stayed here and did some of the designing of the Spruce Goose. Charles Lindbergh stayed here. Laurel and Hardy and Barbara Stanwyck and just many, many celebrities.
And so what we have here it's a fine dining restaurant along with our specials during the week, fried chicken, all you can eat. Our fish and chips are very popular, so we do cater to our locals up here on the mountain. We have karaoke on Tuesdays and Fridays and live music on Fridays and Saturdays. And we're just very popular, and we are the in place to go. When you're up in Lake Arrowhead, please stop by and say hi.
We're the critics' choice and the locals' favorite.
Well, here we are, second restaurant here in Lake Arrowhead. Long day.
Very long day.
But well worth it. Now, originally we came here just for the food, but after being here, we looked around, and this is a very historic inn that a lot of famous people have been here, and including us now. So why don't we get right into the food? There's so much to eat here.
Let's get into it. Lobster escargot, $14.50. But it's not snails, it's lobster. This is 6 chunks of just succulent buttery lobster with butter, garlic, herbs, and Parmesan cheese. It's about 6 of them served on a really beautiful plate, and they have French baguette that they toast, and you can dip it in that lovely butter sauce. And I mean, what's better than butter and lobster and bread?
Sweet lobster is amazing, and what's nice about lobster, sometimes you can over steam it, broil it.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Perfect.
It's tender, real juicy, and just very good.
And so buttery.
So buttery.
Delicious. And next we had Mediterranean caprese salad, $11. I love caprese salad. This one's particularly good. It's heirloom tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, walnuts and pecans, extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of herb, and balsamic vinaigrette. This was really good. I really like the addition of the nuts in this caprese. I thought it added such a level of flavor. You get a little bit of crunch, you get that creamy cheese, and the balsamic reduction. It wasn't really a vinaigrette, it was more of a reduction.
Real thick,
very
sweet,
thick, very
excellent.
sweet. It just paired very perfectly with everything, and of course it had fresh basil.
This is one of the better caprese salads I've ever had.
For sure. I definitely put a big star by it. I loved it.
For entrees, we started with the pan-seared calamari steak Almadine. This is $25.50. This is about 8+ ounces. It was a large portion of calamari steak. It was lightly breaded and pan-fried real quickly, and it was topped with a creamy lemon Dijon sauce with slivered crunchy almonds, and it came with 5 large shrimp scampi, wild rice pilaf, and it came with French-cut string beans and fresh spinach. I really like calamari. This is very nice. This is the way calamari steak should be. The sauce, it needed a little bit more tang to it. I think originally it said it came with capers,
right,
which didn't, which is fine. But a little bit more lemon, just a little more tang
Something
to it.
to distinguish
very,
it.
very good.
Yeah, I thought the flavors were great on it. Calamari is chewy. It's just the nature of it, and it was good. It was thick. It was good. It had a good flavor.
For a steak, I mean, it had a nice soft chew. It wasn't
like rubber,
bandy,
but it was a little chewy. It was good though.
Next, Duck Game On, $28.50. I forgot to ask him why the name, but
well, it says it's a very long. It says like basically about pork. Move over pork. Duck is the new favorite meat.
I just saw duck and quit there. So this is 2 roasted duck thigh big portions. It was delicious. It was glazed with an orange brandy glaze. It was real sweet orange sauce with wild rice pilaf, fresh veggies. Now, what made this spectacular was a crisp duck. A lot of times you have duck and it wasn't real crisp.
Right.
What's nice about being crispy skinned is that all the fat's rendered. So what you get is pure taste, pure love. And the duck was tender, moist. It was just a perfect dish. Nice, sweet brandy sauce.
I agree. I thought the flavors were really good. I love the sweet sauce with the duck. It paired so perfectly. And even the vegetables. I want to say something about the vegetables. They use fresh veggies here, and I think that's really nice. A lot of places use frozen. They're kind of...
This is an upscale restaurant.
This is very upscale, and it's a nice blend of vegetables,
Exactly.
and they just tasted really fresh. I loved it. Next, we had crusted double pork chops, $28.50. This is about 10 ounces. It's a double portion, really thick pork chop. They panko crust it, pan sear it. It's really crispy. They do a really beautiful sauce. It's a red wine and pear sauce on it, and it just was so sweet and tender. Then they did a red smashed potato, and they did green bean almondine with red pepper in it. And you know, I love the flavors of everything. I thought they served a pear on top, which I thought was really nice. The sauce was sweet. The pork was savory. You know, it just really worked.
I have stupendous. I mean, you can't get any better. This is the perfect cut of pork chop. Sometimes it can be real dried out. This wasn't dried. Had great flavoring, flavor textures to it, and just a very good dish. Next came the Jenga ribs, $25.50. This is amazing, folks. This is 8 baby back ribs, really, really meaty. But what they do, which is really interesting, they put a really nice spicy rub on it. Then they boil it or cook it in beer. Then it's in the oven where it's made to cook a little bit longer. And they put it's slowly baked. Then they put a honey barbecue glaze on that. So you get the different flavor. You get the rub, the spicy rub, and then you get the sweet barbecue sauce. Just fantastic. Fries with it, real nice little flavoring of, what do you call it, seasoned fries, I guess. And just great ribs. I'm a smoky rib person, but this was excellent. Real, what's the word, sticky barbecue sauce. And this is just fantastic.
You know, I always worry when we have ribs anywhere because you are kind of, ribs and pizza are the two things that I worry about with you. The presentation alone is just amazing on this. I mean, it really is like the game Jenga, so it's stacked up really high. And they are so flavorful, tender, and delicious. This is perfect. This is a perfect dish. It really is.
Good stuff. Last entree was another winner. Now, this is a special on Mondays only. And there's people, locals, that come here just every Monday for their fried chicken, of all things, fried chicken.
Yep.
This was $15, all you could eat. That's what's neat about this is every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they have different specials. This is a half fried chicken. It was nicely coated, deep fried, and it came with mashed potatoes with a white country gravy and fresh veggies. I love fried chicken. It's one of my 2 favorite things, that and lemon meringue pie. This was excellent. It was crispy on the exterior. It wasn't, what do you call it, greasy. Right. Perfectly seasoned. A lot of times it could be too salty. This was just like perfect fried chicken, and all you can eat. It's like, look out. I'm gonna get them bankrupt next time.
I think they need to do a whole meal with the special and have the lemon meringue pie and call it the Alan Borgen special.
I'll be in heaven.
On Tuesday.
Great
delicious.
Chicken.
And last but not least, of course, we had dessert. We had the house special bread pudding, $8. They take French bread, they cut it into pieces, and they add cream and sugar and eggs and cinnamon and dust it with love. And it has raisins in it as well. And then they have this brandy sauce, and it's a secret. They won't tell us what's in it, but it's good. It's buttery, brandy and butter and love. So they pour it on top. It comes out hot with whipped cream, and they garnish it with a mint. And the sauce is just so buttery, and I love the flavor of it.
And the whole bread pudding was moist. You know, had a really good moisture.
It was moist.
Most of it. The first time he came here, it was actually a little dry.
Yeah.
So we weren't sure if he wanted to try it again. They said it was off that night, but it was perfect. This was just a great
very good
dish. So there's so many good things here. What were some of your favorites?
I'm going to say the caprese salad. Always a salad. I love the salads. I'm going to say the crusted double pork chop. That was just so tender, and I love the crunch on the coating. And the ribs. I mean, guys, the ribs, the Jenga ribs, so good.
Close. I like the calamari. I love calamari. This is a big portion of calamari.
It really is.
And I really liked it. I like the sauce. Just a little more tanginess would even be better. The Jenga ribs are excellent. And lastly, the duck. Any restaurant that can make duck that good, and the large portions, usually you just get 1 portion. This is 2 portions.
Yep.
Very crisp skin. And that brandy glazed orange sauce was stupendous. That's all I can say.
Lick it,
I just want to lick the whole plate.
I know.
This
so
is some
good.
great food tonight.
Questions or suggestions for the Let's Dine Out Show? Contact Alan or Tricia, or visit letsdineoutshow.com.
Well, Tricia, another moment of eating. About 14 hours of eating, and you know, I love what we do, and it's just so fun when you can give restaurants like this and the first one we went to show you what's out there. Because a lot of people will just drive by here, and you know, you've got to stop at local restaurants. That's what makes the city. And Arrowhead's great. They have a lot of great restaurants here, and We had 2 great today.
Yeah, I hope we've inspired you to come up to the mountains. It takes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes to drive up here, and there's great places to eat. You can collect pine cones and feel
And
like
nice people,
and
too.
feel the weather up here. It's just like, it's such a fun environment. And it's a good thing that we're staying in this great inn because we're so tired.
Swamped out, yeah.
And we can just roll over to our room and pass out in a food
I know,
coma
so.
in our room. We're done.
Until next time, food critic Alan Borgen here.
And I'm Tricia Jansen.
Happy eating, everybody, and sleeping.
Let's dine out.
You are recording. This is Alan Borgen Vision.
Help!
We have a Zoom over here.
Yeah, good luck. Okay. Oh, am I going to sue you? I'm going to take you for everything you've got. Oh, God.
Okay, so we're on.
Do your Sound of Music